Deadlines. Sorry, what are your deadlines like with the new IP, and what are you looking ahead to?
Our deadlines, we've got three major deadlines. The first deadline is our grant application, which, time of this release, hopefully, is about a month away. After that, we are looking ahead to PAX to have our, a playable beta, something that we can showcase at PAX, much like we did last year with Boogie Beat, whereas this year we'd come in with a new IP. And then the final one is hopeful release period, and we're aiming for Q1 2019. Good. I think we're going well, personally. We're about a month out from FilmVic grant applications closing. Still working on a prototype, but we'll get there.
And where are we heading today?
The office. We got a nice little space. Kind of subletted from Jordan, our director's employer, and he's letting us just squat there as we develop the game.
So just name and role within the company.
So I'm Jordan, and I'm the studio director of Heartifact Studios.
So my name's Anthony. I am a gameplay programmer for Heartifact Studios.
I'm Sean. I'm a programmer. I handle pretty much most of the AI in this game. Anything else that needs to be done, handle that as well.
I'm David, and I'm the managing director of Heartifact Studios, and I handle the website and marketing.
What's the day-to-day like in the office?
The day-to-day in the office? All of us try to get here nice and early in the morning. We get in, it's kind of low-key vibing, and then normally we go get a coffee, and then by 10:30 it's everyone's heads down in their computers, they're all working away. It gets kind of quiet. If there's a pressing issue for the programmers or a pressing issue for the designers, there's no awkwardness or anxiety to stick your hand up and be like, how do I go about this? It's very open and very candid, and that's the kind of work environment we have, where we don't want you to be afraid to ask these kind of questions. Like, if I have something wrong with the way we're doing write-ups, I'll go to Jordan and just be like, look, Jordan, I need some help, man. With the website, I'm no technical programmer myself, but I'm not afraid to go to Jordan and just be like, hey, how do I set up this page? What's the way that you want this page set up? And that kind of openness, that kind of candid, you're not feeling any kind of remorse or I can't, for lack of a better word, anxiety, to ask someone something, and that way things get done. If you speak it out loud into existence, things get done. We're not kind of keeping problems to ourselves for them to build and manifest over time, where in 3 weeks from now, we've realized there's a minor bug in the program that could have been fixed if one of us stuck our hand up and just said, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's the beauty of this office. That's the beauty of this team, is that no one's afraid to ask these kind of questions. No one's afraid of each other.
Well, we all got started at uni for our capstone project. There were a few more of us. We were the lucky few, I suppose, that stayed behind and decided to keep the dream alive.
It was a collaboration between the computer science side and game development. We came together, met up, formed a group, and then from then on, we just decided we enjoyed working together. So we started Heartifact Studios.
How many of us were there?
That was originally a group of 8.
It was 8.
8.
Then it went to 7. Then it went to 6.
Yeah, and then now 5.
Yep.
What is it about developing games that interests you the most?
I don't know. I guess I've kind of always been drawn to extremes, in the sense, I'm probably not a good way to phrase it, but I've always liked experience. and experiencing things, particularly extremes. And I find that games in particular do a really good job of, I guess, making people feel like extremes, like extreme happiness, sadness, etc. And I think like feeling things is a very human quality, and there's certain humanity in games that I think can't be captured in other mediums, and that's why I've always been drawn to that, because I think like they really do such a good job at capturing the full spectrum of senses, and I've always wanted to, I guess, elicit that in other people through my work.
Well, like many of us, growing up with video games has always been the main root love and passion of it. But then as you grow older and more mature, it stops being about just being fun. It's about what you get from playing the game, the experience of it, and what you pick up from just going through it all.
The thing that made me interested the most was mostly down to when it came towards development. You know, the idea of just making games, the idea of taking something from scratch and building your idea on top, and then doing whatever it is you need to do with it. And I guess the more I started playing games as I got older, the more I never really focused on the gameplay, but on the production value, how much effort developers went into those things. And that's the reason why I eventually decided that game development was probably the area I should go look into.
What was the driving force behind electing not to continue with Boogie Beat Brawlers and instead starting on a new IP?
Boogie Beat Brawlers, the game itself, it was so fun to develop, it was so fun to market, so fun to play. And it did pretty well at PAX. We got quite a large reception that initially when we started developing and setting up the company, we talked about taking Boogie Beat Brawlers to that next level and properly developing it. And we quickly realized that the kind of scope we had on that game to do it justice, we didn't have the kind of manpower, the expertise, just the level of like quality that we'd like to put into like we would expect the final quality of Boogie Beat to be. And also we just didn't want to be kind of tied down to that one IP where we figured we'd all be together just for that. We figured we'd try and really make a game that's more within our expertise, more within our level of skill, that utilizes every single person at their best, and to make something that we genuinely wanted to make under our own auspices.
So if you can sum up the game in a word or a phrase, what would it be?
Impactful.
Dark, psychological.
Challenging, but with purpose.
Provoking. I think when I think of the game, I think I definitely want people to be provoked into thinking about how the message of the game, I guess, reflects themselves, because that's what we're all about at Heartifact. We want to make games that, I guess, make people think and feel. So I guess if someone can take away something from the game and be provoked by its message, then I think we've done our job.
So what is the new game from Heartifact Studios?
So the new game from Heartifact Studios is Ruse Reprise, which follows the story of someone who, I guess, didn't live the life they wanted, and in the final moments before their death have damned themselves into a purgatory where they undergo self-inflicted punishment for not taking chances in their lives.
I want the game to not hit you, that's a very, very violent, like aggressive word, but to really make you think. It's not something that you can just willy-nilly, half-mindedly play. It's something that you want to sit down and think about, not even just in terms of mechanics. Like the mechanics themselves, you want to think about your move and every aspect of that and what can get you to where you want to go. But the story as well, like the game is built on such a impacting emotional narrative that I want that to come across as hard as it can.